everybody. Welcome to A Godly Home. I got a lot of background noise going on. My dog just got a new toy and she's squeaking it nonstop. And my husband and my son are in the living room chatting about their work day. And it's very loud, but hopefully you can hear me okay. So I am about to make the easiest recipe ever. And it is potato wedges. Now you can either do these in the air fryer or you can do them in the oven, and I'll give you instructions on both. So first of all, you want some washed potatoes with the skins on, the amount that you'd normally cook for your family if you were baking potatoes for them. So I have 2 for my husband, 2 for my son, 1 for me, 5 potatoes. And I'm going to just cut it in half, and then I'm going to just start wedging it. Okay, if you get some bad spots in your potato like that, just go ahead and cut them out. So I'm hoping that all of you new subscribers will start leaving some comments for me so that I can get to know you better. And don't hesitate to leave comments with any questions that you have. Okay, so now that I have those wedged up, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of oil. Okay, now to that, I'm going to take and do a teaspoon of paprika. A teaspoon of kosher salt. And a teaspoon of ground cumin. And then I'm going to add a generous amount of the ground pepper. If you don't have ground pepper, then go ahead and just use regular pepper, but a good amount. Okay, now I am going to really stir this up good with my spurtle here. I'm going to have to shut the camera off for that. It's really hard for me to reach around and try to get stuff mixed up well. Before I shut it off, let me say that if you're doing these in the oven, I would preheat my biggest cast iron pan and grease it. Then I would put them in there in the oven at 425 degrees for about 30 minutes. And I'll show you how I cook them in the air fryer. So this is what it looks like once they're stirred up really well. I want to say something about an air fryer while I'm doing this video. And I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings who cooks a lot in their air fryer or is like obsessed with it. But I'm not a huge air fryer fan. My son got me the Emerald 360 machine for Christmas, and I love that machine. Like for the other settings, the toast and the bake and broil and reheat and all of that. But anything that we have done in there on the air fry setting, other than these wedges, or one time I did have a package of frozen fries that turned out good, we don't think it turns out as good as just baking the stuff. That's just our opinion. But I wanted to say that if you don't have an air fryer, in my opinion, if you're thinking of just the air fryer, do not go out and buy one just because I made this one recipe using the air fryer. I'm a little different than other people, though. I don't generally like a whole bunch of kitchen gadgets. I'm a pretty simple cook, so my opinion may not be for everybody, but that is my opinion. Now, as far as the Emerald 360 Chef, and I will be actually doing a review on that at some point, I love that machine. That machine has made my life so much better for the other settings on it. And that information's for another time. But anyways, don't run out and buy an air fryer for this recipe. These turn out fabulous in the oven. Okay, so I'm just laying these out one layer thick in here. If you have the regular air fryer, you probably can put them right in the basket and then shake it halfway through. I'm not sure because I don't have one of those. If they're in the oven, in the frying pan, go ahead and just dump them all in and then stir them up partway through cooking. That works out great in the frying pan. I've done that a lot. That's how I did these before I had the air fryer. So sometimes I get a few more that really wants to fit on my trays comfortably because the potatoes will be a little bigger, and I just squeeze them in. That's all I can squeeze into that one. These end up tasting just like the ones that you might get from like a takeout or something. Okay, I actually have a few more than I'm going to be able to fit, so I'm just going to use my regular shelf here for a third rack and just lay them on there. I've done this too. Okay. Now I'm going to set my machine to air fry. Temperature is 400. The time is set to 30 minutes. And that's that. Let me wash my hands and I will show you the rest of what I'm making with this. Okay, so I'm going to use this Nature's Promise ground turkey. And I am going to cut this into fourths and make 4 patties out of it and cook them like hamburgers and have them on buns with provolone cheese and lettuce and tomato. And I have this Memphis style barbecue seasoning from Dollar Tree, and we love this on the ground chicken burgers. So we'll be putting that on. And then with that, I have cut up one of those small watermelons, and we're going to have the watermelon. And then I am going to have salad with it, romaine lettuce. Let me show you the tomatoes I have. These multicolored tomatoes, homemade croutons, and cucumber on the salad. And a couple things I should have mentioned, and that is this ground turkey has been much cheaper at my store the last few weeks than the hamburger. So it's a frugal choice over the hamburger. If your hamburger is not on sale and you need it, like you're out, grab some of this. You won't be disappointed with this. Do put a little bit of oil in the pan though, bacon grease, vegetable oil, whatever, because there's no fat in this ground turkey at all. I'm also cooking up some nice red hot dogs for the guys to have in their lunch for tomorrow. It's a main thing. There's the package. For any of you that may not have heard tell of these, I loved these when I was young, and now they bother my stomach, so I got a brown one cooking for me for either lunch tomorrow or I don't know when.